You name it, there is no disease which is not affected by smoke.
धूम्रपान की हर चीज़ पर लिखा होता है, पैकेट पर लिखा होता है कि ये हानिकारक है, इससे कैंसर होता है, बावजूद लोग इसको लेते हैं।
And 90% of that, what I was saying is exaggerated. It's not that much if you live in habit. And if you're counseled very properly by psychologists and by doctors, even psychiatrists, this can be taken care of.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं प्रवीण। आज वर्ल्ड नो टबैको डे है। दुनिया को तंबाकू के नुकसान के प्रति जागरूक करने के लिए WHO ने 1987 से इस दिन की शुरुआत की थी और हर साल एक नई थीम के साथ वर्ल्ड नो टोबैको डे सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है। आज पालम में स्थित दिव्यप्रस हॉस्पिटल से डॉक्टर ज्ञान मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं। सर से बात करते हैं आज इस खास दिन के मौके पर। सर, क्या मैसेज आप देना चाहेंगे आज वर्ल्ड नो टोबैको डे पर? कितना नुकसान एक कंज्यूमर को इससे हो सकता है?
एक सिंगल हैबिट ने अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड सब कंट्रीज़ की फाइनेंशियली, हेल्थ वाइज बहुत ज़्यादा डैमेज करा है। एंड इस हेल्थ का तो इफ़ यू से टोबैको एंड हेल्थ, आई थिंक इट्स कवरिंग एवरी ऑर्गन ऑफ द बॉडी। एंड आई थिंक you name it, there is no disease which is not affected by smoke. Taking from cardiovascular disease, including your peripheral vascular disease, lung cancers, infant cancers of every part of the body, in bladder, even your stomachs. And then you have this, how can you forget this COPDs and smoking related lung disease, which is, so I think, I don't think so there's any organ which has been spared. So it's a disastrous. And I think there should be policy which should be very strict that smoking should be stopped, or at a very early age there should be taken initiation by the government. It should not be promoted at any level.
धूम्रपान की हर चीज़ पर लिखा होता है, पैकेट पर लिखा होता है कि ये हानिकारक है, इससे कैंसर होता है, बावजूद लोग इसको लेते हैं। तो एज ए डॉक्टर आप क्या कहेंगे? क्या उनकी मनोदशा होती है, क्यों वो लेते हैं, और उनको क्या आज मैसेज देना चाहेंगे आप वर्ल्ड नो टोबैको डे पर?
Because the education should start from the very early age, because just putting a label on the cigarette packs is not enough for everyone. Because by the time person reaches to that level that he buys cigarette, it's very difficult to stop. So I think this habit of not smoking should start from the very young age. Person should be taught in schools levels, and I think the government has to promote strong prohibitions everywhere, not only in public places but even in restaurants, airports, and even at homes. I think you should though it's going to be a big economic factor, but I think they should stop productions of smoking cigarettes.
कुछ लोग जो नशा छोड़ देते हैं डॉक्टर साहब, तो उसके बाद कॉम्प्लिकेशंस होती हैं, उनको नींद नहीं आती, उनकी याददाश्त चली जाती है। तो उसके लिए वो क्या करें? एज ए डॉक्टर उनको क्या सजेस्ट करेंगे कि अगर कोई नशा छोड़ भी देता है तो उसके बाद जो ये कॉम्प्लिकेशंस होती हैं उनसे कैसे छुटकारा पाएँ?
देखो, complication of living is not that many compared to of keeping the habit intact, and they are dedicated specialized doctors and hospitals which can take care of it. And 90% of that, what I was saying is exaggerated. It's not that much if you live in habit, and if you're counseled very properly by psychologists and by doctors, even psychiatrists, this can be taken care of.
इससे क्या कुछ और बीमारियां हो सकती हैं किसी को?
Related to smoking or withdrawing?
Smoking.
I told you smoking affects everything. It affects your eyes, brain, heart, GI tract, your peripheral vessels, and in that too, if you are diabetic and hypertensive, so it acts as a synergy, so and becomes catastrophic. And I think 40% of mortality, which is because of which happening in India of cardiovascular death, you can say that smoking has accelerated the process, the pathogenesis.
Dr. Gyan, if somebody is addicted and he wants to leave smoking, मेडिकल साइंस में एक डॉक्टर के पास इसका क्या कुछ इलाज है?
देखो, लिविंग हैबिट it's not easy, but definitely if one has to make his mind first of all. And there are so many methods of really helping him to cut down or reduce the smoking or maybe stop altogether. First of all, awareness. He has to be counseled about about the adverse effects. And there's so many medications that are coming out in the market at the moment, including nicotine, chewing gums are coming, and some more medications which are available at the moment.
What instigate a person to smoke?
Excuse me?
क्या चीज़ है जिसकी वजह से कोई इंसान स्मोकिंग करता है या नशा करता है?
It's a social habit. I feel that peer pressure, social habits. I tell you, it's more in the rural area than in the urban area at this level, I would say. So if you someone that keeps smoking has to be reduced or cut down, I think it has to grow from your parents that they have to really advise and not continue the habit, and then the same culture has to be really bring into the child of not that this is habit is have a very adverse effects, and I think the most long-term aims of that government and every person socially has to really adopt for the new policies.
आजकल देखा गया है कि आजकल छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी जो है एडिक्टेड हो रहे हैं और नशे की लत ऐसी लगती है कि नशे में वो कुछ बड़ा क्राइम भी कर देते हैं। बहुत सारे ऐसे मामले सामने आए हैं। तो हमारे समाज के लिए, देश के लिए सर ये कितना घातक साबित हो सकता है अगर सरकार ने इस चीज़ को सीरियस नहीं लिया तो?
I think it's a social illness. It's a very complex problem. Here the role of government is very important. Education and removing of poverty is the most important part. You just can't remove the bad habit in that. You really have to change the course of their life. So for this, education and removing the poverty is important, not only the habit.
दिव्य प्रेस हॉस्पिटल सर बात करें तो मरीजों के लिए क्या कुछ फैसिलिटीज़, क्या कुछ डिस्काउंट चल रहा है अभी वर्तमान?
Time to time we are providing discounts. At the moment, last time we had discussion about the mother and child. Now we're giving discounts on labs and radiology.
What percentage?
It's something touching up in 25 to 30%.
ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। तो वर्ल्ड नो टोबैको डे पर डॉक्टर ज्ञान वत्स ने इंडिया टाइम 24 न्यूज़ से खास बातचीत की। उम्मीद करते हैं काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को और समझने को इस रिपोर्ट से आपको मिलेगा। कैमरा जर्नलिस्ट प्रशांत साथ प्रवीण, इंडिया टाइम 24 न्यूज़।
खबरों से खबरदार रहने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और प्रेस करें बेल आइकन।